Pokémon, Pokémon, Pokémon.
Pokemon, Pokemon, Pokemon.
Pokemon, 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 other Pokemon.
Pokémon was originally a Japanese series of video games developed by Game Freak and published by Nintendo and the Pokémon Company. Currently, Pokémon is the highest grossing media franchise of all time, pulling a whopping $90 billion. Or in other words, just under half of the funny Tesla man's net worth.
Where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us.
The word Pokémon is a shortened abbreviation of the term Pocket Monsters.
Pocket monsters.
There's a huge number of Pokémon as of today, all in different shapes and sizes, with a number of different types and abilities. The first three Pokémon games, Red, Green and Blue, were released in Japan in 1996 on the Game Boy. Pokémon Red and Blue then being released outside of Japan just a few years later, with Pokémon Green being switched out for Pokémon Yellow, which was made to better suit the new colour palette of the Game Boy Color. Very fancy. Yahoo! These games featured the original 151 Pokémon from Generation 1. Now these are the Pokémon that most people probably know, the classics if you will. The three starters, Charmander, Squirtle and Bulbasaur, all their evolutions, Mew, Ditto, Magikarp and whoever this is. Now I love the original 151 Generation 1 Pokemon, you can't go wrong, but as time went on and Pokemon evolved, through the years Nintendo decided to add extra generations. How many you ask? 2? 3 maybe? 7. They added 7 more generations. I'm a huge fan of some of these later generations. I mean, I played the living shit out of Pokemon Diamond, and that was Generation 4. In fact, Infernape is one of my favourite Pokemon. But I'll be the first to admit that as time went on and more generations came out, they may have started to run dry on ideas. Take Dragonite for example, a Generation 1 Pokemon, big orange dragon with wings. Easy, we can all get down with that. Simple concept. I mean, arguably he's not the most well-known orange dragon in the Pokemon universe, but the point still stands. Now let's take the Generation 4 Pokemon, Rotom. Now in his normal state, he looks pretty cool, but one of his abilities is he can turn into a number of electrical devices. What are we talking? A taser? A SAM turret maybe? Maybe even a force field? A fridge? Who wants a fridge in a battle? So while Charizard is using Inferno, what is Rotom doing? Storing cheese at a chilled temperature? Keeping your Fanta cool? But maybe the fridge is just a one-off. Maybe his other states are a lot cooler. A washing machine. How is a 30-minute heated colour wash gonna kill a Snorlax?
You fat piece of shit.
A lawnmower. Who came up with this idea? What are you supposed to do with a lawnmower? Trim the grass of the battle arena maybe? And maybe worst of all of them, a microwave. Who needs a Pokemon battle when you can cook up a Tesco lasagna in under 2 minutes?
That is smoking hot.
Ivysaur.
Or the Generation 8 Pokemon, Poltegeist.
This is a pun.
It's a teapot for fuck's sake. I mean, maybe I'm just out of the loop, but I just hold a soft spot for the earlier generation of Pokemon. Anyway, these various generations appear throughout the number of great Pokemon games, with each game starting roughly the same. You get approached by a Pokemon professor, and you choose one of 3 starter Pokemon. Now this sounds simple enough, but in every game, you always have a bastard of a rival that always seems to magically choose the opposing starter type that you chose. You little shit. You make your way through the game region, which differs between titles. The original games in the Kanto region were based on the real-life Kanto region of Japan. Now compare that to the latest games, Sword and Shield, being set in the Galar region, which is based off the UK.
Kenzie Lee, Scummy Mummy Award goes to you, you little slag. When I see you in school in the morning, I'm going to take...
You spend most of your time running into wild grass trying to catch them all with your trusty Pokeballs, slowly filling up your Pokedex, a device that records which Pokemon you've seen and caught during your time on the game, with those 3 Pokeball shakes causing enough anxiety to send you into cardiac arrest. With more simple, weaker Pokemon in starting areas, gradually getting more powerful as you progress through the game, battling your way through a number of gyms, collecting badges so you can eventually take on the Elite Four. Ooh, shiny badges. And shiny hunting, the act of spending hours repeatedly capturing Pokemon in-game, just in the hopes to find one with a slightly different colour palette.
Yo! Let's go!
or in other words, a shiny Pokémon. It takes a true man of patience to master this craft. Not to mention, each installment in the franchise has its own legendary Pokémon that you can also add to your list. Now, Pokémon battles are always the best parts of the Pokémon games for me, gradually leveling up a Pokémon and using its moves to smash your opponent into the ground. Each Pokémon has a unique set of moves that they can learn over time, some a lot more exciting than others. Now, I'm sure status moves that don't do any damage, like Leer or Defense Curl, are tactically pretty useful in battles, but if you were anything like me as a kid, you just use whatever attack either did the most damage or looked the coolest. I mean, a huge fiery swirl is a lot more appealing than a little star and some arrows. Hydro Pump, a huge blast of water being fired directly at your opponent, dealing crazy damage. Or Sharpen, where a little grey cube appears on your Pokemon and slightly raises your attack. What made these Pokemon games so great is you could play them exactly how you wanted them to be played. Catch the Pokemon you wanted to catch, choose what moves you wanted them to learn and use in battle. Not to mention, you could trade Pokemon with your friends, or with the use of certain online forums, anyone around the world. You could give every single Pokemon you caught a nickname, so you could have a Sandshrew called Dave or a Pidgey called Nigel. But the Pokemon games is just where it all started. If the Pokemon franchise was one of those really generic iceberg images you see all over the internet, the video games would be just the tip. Now, of course, after the global success of the video games, this spurred on the creation of the Pokemon anime. Now, I'm not personally a man that indulges in the genre of anime, but this shit, I was hooked. Wow! A bowl of golden nuggets with some Pokemon in the morning was a legendary combination. Now, lock me up, but Pokemon is the only anime I've ever watched, so therefore, it simultaneously is my favourite anime. In close second is the SpongeBob movie. In the anime, we follow 10-year-old boy Ash Ketchum on his journey to become the greatest Pokemon trainer there is, and indeed, catch them all. He teams up with this yellow bastard, and along with the help of his friends, Brock and Misty, they set off on this adventure, meeting a number of different Pokemon through their travels. And how can you forget the Poke-Rap, or the iconic segment, Who's That Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon?
We are live from my backyard.
And I guess I wasn't the only one that liked the show, because as of today, they've made 23 seasons and over 1,100 episodes. Now, if the Pokemon games were the tip of the iceberg and the anime was just below the surface, we've got to go deep to discover merchandise. In fact, $70 billion of the total $90 billion is thanks to merchandise alone. Nintendo run an active empire of Pokemon merchandise and memorabilia, licensed Pokemon plushies, clothing, mugs, candy, toys, and books.
These are some of the rarest collectibles. You can't really even find these floating around. There is not that many of these in circulation. I had to go to Japan directly and buy this shit.
But the biggest of all, two words that strike pure excitement into any fan of the franchise. Pokemon cards.
It's a good one.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
No way!
Oh my god!
A series of collectible cards based off your favourite Pokemon. Now, although these cards can be used to play a fleshed out, in-depth tabletop game with a full set of rules, they're arguably more well known for their general collectability. While some may collect these cards casually for fun, others devote their life to the craft of Pokemon card collecting, trying to get their hands on the rarest cards out there, and boy does it make for some great videos. Now, much like the video games, over time a number of different Pokemon card series have been released, featuring each generation. But recently, the Pokemon card market has exploded thanks to no other than Logan Paul.
What's the street?
Butthead Street.
When he decided to get his hands on an original 1999 base set and allowed his viewers to buy a pack each, then open these packs on stream with this random bald bloke.
$250,000 box, the rarest in the Pokemon Kingdom. And I happen to have one of those exact boxes right here.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment,
which inflated the card market and sent a wave of interest in Pokemon cards across the web, with everyone on social media wanting to get their hands on the rarest card from the original 1999 base sets. And as I'm editing this video, Logan has recently uploaded a video titled Spending $2 Million on Pokemon cards, where he sets out to buy as many of the base sets as he can. So, That's awesome.
My name's Mike Butsky.
Now, not only can you get these cards graded PSA 1 to 10 based on the overall quality of the card, but bag-specific cards in the set, and they can sell for a hefty sum of dosh, with a first edition pristine 10 Charizard recently selling at auction for $369,000, with a lot of people shelling out huge amounts of money on Pokemon cards, seeing them as a sort of investment as the value of the cards skyrocket.
Do you like Pokemon? Get all in on Pokemon. Spend 20 to 40 hours studying Pokemon, then flip it. Learn. 1 and 2 years later, you got something brewing.
So the moral of the story is remortgage your house to buy Pokemon cards and then live in a wooden shack until they triple in price years from now, sell them, and then live on a yacht in the Maldives. And the masterpiece of the Pokemon franchise that was Pokemon Go, the mobile app that made use of augmented reality to allow you to catch Pokemon in the real world. On your phone. Back in 2016, everyone was part of the Pokemon Go craze. It was worldwide, with everyone on their quest to fill up their Pokédex, making it one of the most profitable apps of that year.
Oh my gosh, you'll never guess what my new Pokemon can do.
It's your boy.
Pokemon Go was the one app that had you so addicted that you were more than willing to wander deep into the roughest part of town, risking your life to catch a virtual fish. The app also featured specific region-locked Pokemon that you could only catch in certain areas of the world, and I was this close to buying a first-class flight to Japan just to get my hands on that goddamn duck. Now, I'm not entirely sure how popular the app is as of today, but if anyone is still out there roaming the streets, keep it up, man. Somebody has to catch them all.
That's not your house, is it? Now fuck off out the garden before I come down there and smash your head in.
Whether you're a Pokemon mega fan trying to obtain every single Pokemon ever released, or you casually hop in and out of the series, Pokemon is undoubtedly one of the most unique and successful franchises ever created, offering a sense of nostalgia for a huge number of people around the world. Either those that have loved the franchise for years or others that have just recently discovered it, Pokemon is a pop culture giant that isn't going to stop growing anytime soon, offering up a collector's dream in the form of Pokemon cards or limited collectible merchandise, a long-running staple anime, or a great number of video games that allow any player to take on their own adventure in the Pokemon universe, with a vast diverse range of different Pokemon with well-designed detailed movesets. But as you take on the task of catching them all, just remember, every Pokemon is great in their own way. Except for Rotom. And with all of that said, goodbye!